What's happening, guys? Jihad Paints here. Hope everyone's doing well. I finished up a Jorja Smith piece about 2 weeks ago, but decided to revisit it so I could add some additional elements. Let's check it out. Ayy. Jorja Smith, singer, songwriter, Brit Award winner. Smith is one of the biggest voices to emerge from the UK in recent years, reminding me of a young Craig David. Painting her was a challenge, as it was a front-on perspective, and I played around with a lot of type too, but we'll get into specifics later. First, I want to list some essential Smith tracks. Smith brings to mind UK singers like Adele, Amy Winehouse, and Corinne Bailey Rae, distinctive and powerful voices pulling from older musical styles. While her debut Lost and Found consisted of slower R&B jams and ballads, Smith's voice works well in up-tempo tracks too. Lost and Found. The intro to her debut, Smith strolls alongside sunny keys and warm bass, pondering young love's faults. It shows how well Smith performs these types of tender love ballads. Instrumentally, it reminds me of Winehouse's He Can Only Hold Her. On My Mind. A straight banger, this collaboration with grime producer Predator put Smith on the dance floor for a welcome change of pace. Over skittering breakbeats and vocal chops, Smith finds her wrong in a lover. I would love to see her do more UK garage-style tracks in the future. Get It Together. This Draco Sign was the first track I heard by her. The uptempo Afrobeat tinged track is a breezy duet, but Smith steals the show, giving the song a female perspective and a more dramatic tone. Thanks for listening to my essential tracks, guys. Let's get into the painting. For this piece, I used a photo by Clark Franklin. I had in mind to use a lot of type, so I wanted to use a photo with a lot of empty space. Jorja's braids were a dope look, so I started with the hair, which is weird because I usually do eyes first. I'm trying to be more cautious of the order I paint things, so I may lay down the skin before the hair, paint the insides of the mouth or nose, the darks first. Jorja has a flawless skin quality, so I wanted my color mixing to be a bit more precise and fluid. I'm also trying to scale back my mark making too. As a painter, I struggle with making the subject look more real or abstract. Many would categorize my work as abstract portraiture, but I'm really interested in applying color than rendering a realistic face. However, creating a coherent picture is still very important to me. The initial painting turned out pretty nice, but I knew I needed to add more. When drawing and placing the type, these were some references I looked at. Salvador Dali's 1949 painting, Leda Atomica, is one of my favorite paintings in existence. A weirdly claustrophobic painting, everything within it is suspended and doesn't touch. Though not specifically type related, it's an interesting behavior I wanted in my work. GQ is one of my favorite magazines. The 2000s was a great decade for the publication, led by Fred Woodward. The type placement is so playful, fresh, and dynamic, it made everyone look so cool and framed, while also creating a sort of tension. The title card for Rocco's Modern Life was also an inspiration. The colorful letter forms weirdly seemed appropriate for this painting. Once I had the painting in Photoshop, I already had a library of hand-drawn letters from the Jay-Z painting, so I used a verse from Lost and Found as the chosen type. When placing the words, I wasn't really focusing on spelling them out coherently, but the placement and making a jumbled confusion. There's something alluring about crude, childlike application. I strive to capture a spontaneous essence of a doodle in my paintings. Overall, I think Jorja turned out pretty cool. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Be sure to subscribe and also check out my website at www.jihadpaints.com. Stay safe and stay creative, guys. Ayy.